Hey guys, welcome back to the shop. Uh-oh. The cam and that thing. Anyways, we're out of the shop today because we got some, it's kind of, really? We got a couple outdoor projects that I need to get built before summer gets here. So we're gonna head down to the wood yard and show you what we're gonna do today. We don't run over any chickens. So chickens! So I need to get something built to start bucking firewood logs for firewood for next year. This here is all ash. It's about 2 years been sitting here, and I need to get it processed this year, or there's not going to be much left of it to burn. We heat the house with a Quadrifire Pioneer 3. We go through about 6 cords of firewood a year. I like to have about 9 to 10 ready to go. Here's all our baskets, obviously empty, and I need to get them filled before it gets hot. So I need to build something to buck all these logs, and this is what I have in mind here. These are some pieces of some pallet that I acquired. They were some sort of shipping, I don't know, doesn't matter. But what I'm envisioning, that ain't gonna stay there, is basically building a table out of this that I can just set logs on, buck them with the chainsaw. After they're bucked, I can take them off, slide them right to the end, throw them on the splitter, split them, throw them in the baskets. The goal is to not bend over and pick this crap up off the ground after I cut it, because let's face it, I'm 50 years old and my back don't like doing that crap no more. So I got these here, but I have nothing to build the table with. So we're gonna head for the sawmill. I got a red elm on there. It's been laying around. I got a couple good red elms. We're gonna basically go up to the sawmill, chop them up into some, I don't know, probably some 2x4, true 2x4s, and just start making something. Somebody's shooting over there. Sounds like target practice. Anyways, let's head up to the sawmill. In case you're wondering where that Mustang ended up at that we chopped up, it's just hanging out. So up here at the mill, like I said, this is that elm. It's not a great log. It's got a big split in it like most elms do, but we're not building. What's up, girls? We got some new chickens. They haven't seen the sawmill run yet, so we're gonna start with you, huh? Oh, come on, girl. So you can see how these elms, they always split, you know, huge in one section, but whatever. We're gonna start by getting this off, kind of get this squared up into a cant, and then we're going to turn it sideways, and I'll start working around that split, and we'll just see how much lumber we get out of this thing. So I'm gonna get the mill fired up. Haven't ran it yet this year, so it's gonna take a few minutes, I bet, to get her started. This blade's pretty rusty from sitting all winter, but I think she'll clean up. I think we've only got a couple walnuts ran through this thing, so hopefully it's got some life left in it yet. But oh, look at that. now we got a nice selection of lumber here. Like I said, this is all red elm, so it'll take a while before this rots. It'll definitely outlast pine. So these are cut to 2x3, full 2x3s. I was going to do 2x4s. Figured I'd get more material out of 2x3, and that's all we really need. So what we're going to do is basically just screw together a frame and put some cross braces on it to set the log on. And then once the, I don't know what you call them, purlins maybe? I don't know what you want to call them. Let's just do it. So this table overall is going to be 9 foot long. Our best boards here. How many do you think? 3, 2, 3? Let's go 3 more. I think that should be plenty of support that way. Now we'll just put some runners going this way. Then we'll be able to cut down between them. And then obviously we're going to do some cross bracing to keep this thing from rocking and rolling and falling over, but it's going to work. Something like this. And probably like hang over like a good 12 inches. I think we'll just screw them all down and then just take the chainsaw and whack them off. That way we don't have to cut them. I don't know. Like I said, I'm winging it. It is what it is. It'll work. Might be a better way. I don't know. We'll find out. I say this thing's 9 foot wide, so that would give us, if we cut about like 50 inches, that'll give us a 50-inch table. I don't want too much material on it. I don't know what they're blowing up over there. It's just gunshot after gunshot, and then just an explosion like every 4 minutes. Somebody's having fun today. Maybe then cats are curious. These chickens just gotta be wherever you're at. I'm thinking something like 50, let's go 52 inches. I can always cut it off if it doesn't work, right? If it's too long. Come on, chickens. Bunch of chickens. What did I say, 52? And if it doesn't work, we'll always think it should have, right? Nice little straight edge here. Something like that, Really wish I had my ear muffed about right now. Something like that. I'm sure there'll be some modifications yet, but cut them, roll them to the back. We'll have to put a stop of some sort, right? I got another idea. Hang on. What about this? Oh! Put something out here to mount this on. Mount it. Yeah. How could we do that? Mount it like this. So basically cut all the boards or cut all the rounds, roll them back here, slide them onto here, slide them down to the splitter. I like that. Yep. We're going to do that. Screw them underneath here real nice. Then we'll just set that roller thing I'm going to do, Hickey, on here. Because it's not going to have a lot of weight. We're not going to be dropping logs on it. We're just going to be rolling lumber down it. So it doesn't have to have a lot of strength, but it will. This red elm is pretty tough stuff. Right to the edge like that. Yeah, just take the rounds, set them down here, onto the splitter. Alright, I had a little 1x6 back there. I didn't want nothing too high, something you can kind of roll the, roll it back and it won't roll all the way off. Try it. Now I'm thinking, when you're sawing, it's going to try to pull the log, right? So we should probably put some sort of like maybe 4 uprights, something that the log can kind of lock against. That sound like plausible? Now I need to put the grapple on for this part, but just want to see how much it shakes and moves and see if there's any tweaks that I want to make. And we got the little saw, but it'll be alright. Out of fuel. I didn't plan on doing this much cutting. And I need the big saw, but cut them. Look at that. Roll them back, right? And the wife will be on the other side. Onto the splitter. Stop works pretty good. I don't know. I think I'm gonna go get some more fuel for the saw. Grab my big Sawbuck up there too. We'll get through those couple big spots. But chicken shot running. While I was up at the house earlier, I grabbed some lunch and I was watching Outdoors with the Morgans for lunch. Good old Mike. And he was over at his buddy's, Adam. I think it's Up and Adam, I think is his YouTube channel. He's a pretty cool character. But they were talking about Adam's house. He's remodeling his house all winter, and he runs a heat pump for heat. They're over in Pennsylvania, and he runs a heat pump normally and electric heat backup. Now our house is all electric. There's no gas at our location here, and I don't want it. So it's all electric. Electric well, electric water heater, electric stove, electric dryers, and electric heat if needed. Now, the electric heat we've probably only turned on a dozen times in the 4 years that we've been living here. But, so Adam's remodeling his house this winter, and he had to take out his heat pump. Now he said that normally his electric bills, so he's using his heat pump for heat obviously, his electric bills average $600 to $700 a month. I don't know, I suppose that's not too bad, I guess, but he's remodeling his house this winter, and they had to take out the heat pump. So he's been running off just his electric heat. For the month of November, he said his electric bill was $1,200 running that electric heat. So obviously he put in a wood stove in December. He's been burning wood all winter until he get his heat pump put back in. Which made me question, how much money am I saving by burning firewood in the house versus just paying the bill? So 2 years ago we were out in Utah doing Bronco things, and we were drinking beers with a neighbor at the campsite, and he asked me that. He said, is it really worth it to go through all that work for firewood versus just paying the bill, you know? He was like, that's a lot of work just to save a couple bucks, you know? Well, if Adam's electric bill was $1,200 run electric heat. Now granted, our house is probably insulated a little better. I think Adam's was an old farmhouse that they're remodeling. So I'm assuming, you know, our living area is 2,500 square feet with 17-foot tall ceilings. And our electric bill averages $200 to $250 a month year round heat. And that's running my shop. Welders, 5-horse air compressor, 5-horse motor on the prep station, frame machine, and the lights. And our bill averages $200 to $250. So is it worth it? Cutting and splitting your own firewood to save a couple bucks? Well, I'd say it's about $750 a month is what I'm saving. That's just average. So we did run the electric heat while we were on vacation in February for a week. The kids were still putting firewood in the fireplace, but the electric heat, I did turn it on so they didn't have to run it, you know, be home feeding the system all day. And our electric bill went up $75. That was 1 week of the electric heat running about 50% of the time. Other than that, the fireplace was running. When they were home, like at night, they'd throw a fire, and that's last 6, 7, 8 hours. And then when they're gone, the electric heat would come on and maintain. So, I mean, that week was 75. So you figure 100, 150 a week, you know, on top of our normal electric bill, $800, $900. No, I don't want that kind of bill. I'll cut firewood and burn firewood. Plus, it's good exercise, right? Really should have grabbed my muss for this big one. We're gonna make a couple cuts with this. I'm gonna go back to the little one. It's a lot easier to handle. Well, say it's a lot nicer than bending over. And these 2x3s work pretty good because as you bring the saw down in, as long as you're cutting level at the bottom of the saw rests right on this. So you don't actually drop right through and hit the crossbar. So, yeah, I guess I planned it that way. Well, all in all, it's a pretty good little jag of wood sitting up there. Definitely need to fasten this thing down. Definitely need to put a stop on it. But I did push it pretty hard with the tractor. Probably can't do that. But as far as stability, I mean, it's stable. It's not going to fall over, that's for sure. Yeah, I think that's going to work good. I think I'll get splitter down here. And for the next 3 weeks, cutting and splitting. But anyways, that's it for today. Sun's going down. I'll see you on the next one, guys. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it.